And welcome everyone to Surviving Horizon Zero Dawn, Season 3, Episode 10. Such formalities. I am your host, Frosty8536, and today we are going to probably want to do a few things, such as I think one of the side quests that we're going to do would probably... We'll see, we can do the armory side quest now. But what we'll probably do is either that, or we will go for the main quest. I think the one last side quest that we need to do would be the unlocking the armory. Hopefully we can either before we start with the main quest or after. I'm thinking that we will probably not be able to do the side quest until we do the main quest a little bit further. But before we do, I think it'll be good for us to have a look at the armory as it is, to see if we can still get to it. I think we can. And it's amazing how close to the Nora village it is, actually. So you know what the prize is, and you just have to go through with it. So this is a side quest that has been lingering for a long time. As I said, it's quite simple in what you need to do, but goes over the entire walkthrough, and that would be to unlock the armory. But to do that, we need power cells. Now these power cells are everywhere. They are all around. They are basically everywhere in this open world, and we just need to find them. In our last episode, we did our last vantage point, which I'm very happy about. What I was even more happy about was the fact that we took out a storm bird, one of the hardest metal creatures to deal with, and we got a few things for that, like a storm bird heart. It's my first storm bird that I defeated, so definitely going to keep that around. Was a tough battle, I kid you not. Nearly did not have enough health and resources for that. So yes guys, really chuffed with the fact that I was able to beat the Stormbird. But as I said in the last episode, I don't think we were supposed to do the Stormbird at that point. I think what's supposed to happen is we need to do more of the main quest, and then it leads us to that place. But because I wanted to do all the vantage points before we carried on with the main quest, I think that sort of changed it. I'm getting that idea as well because we went further on past the vantage point to see where the road led, and it led us to an interesting place. It looked like there was an opening in the sky, and there was a place that looked like we needed to go to, but there was no access to it. So I'm thinking that there is an access point to it. We basically need to do the main points, and then it should bring us to a point where we can go up there. So maybe it's the game's way of saying, hey, hold on, don't go too far. Which I can totally understand. At least we have the campsite that's closest to it, but it's quite a distance. So it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of thing we will find in that area. So Sunfall is where our main quest will take us. But at this point, what we are doing is we are just, I guess we're getting shards. We are emptying our resources, using it for metal shards, all these different things. We can use it for different crafting tools, but we might want to just get it for metal shards because we can get different things for that. Okay, so irregular ancient charms, we have all these different, like glint hawk hearts, we have a few of those. We have ravager hearts, okay, but I think we'll keep some of the other hearts because we might want to keep that just in case we need it, like a stormbird heart. It doesn't look like we need it for much, but who knows who needs it for a side quest. You never know. Alright, so we're buying some wire, which will be useful for certain resources. So we need to, and then we can update our health potions and full health potions. Like I said, we need to make sure that we are all healthed up because, you know, the next part might be hectic, and we don't want to be found lacking. We can upgrade our resource satchel a little bit, but I think we need a few things. We need looks like we need a rabbit, and then we need fish. Okay, so there are a few things that we need to upgrade, that we can still upgrade. So we just need those things. It looks like fish. We need some fish. So our potions pouch can be upgraded. It's very interesting, but we need the fish for it. I think we can do that. I'm sure if we find some fish on the way. We have some resources. We have some treasure boxes. Okay. Right, so we've done what we needed to do. I think what our next thing to do is we're gonna go to our home maybe and just speak to Ross Grave just to update him, the ether, and you know, just get used to the thing, because the next step that we probably going to take is going to lead us to the end game.
To think he built all this alone.
Yep.
So many memories. It's not home anymore. Not without Rost. There's nothing for me here anymore.
But it's good to visit him once in a while.
Hi, Rost. I'll just take this off. Don't want him listening in. Hi, Rost. A lot has happened. Elizabeth Sobek, she couldn't have been my mother. She was an old one. She lived ages ago. Still, there is a connection. The hatch. It thought I was her. It's really strange. Somehow, Elizabeth stopped war machines from destroying the world. She couldn't save the civilization of the old ones. That was destroyed, obviously. But life, it survived. She saved life from being devoured. I need to know how Elizabeth stopped the machines. If I can find the weapon she built and use it, the Eclipse won't stand a chance. I went to the Grave Horde. It lived up to its name. Millions of people fought and died to give Elizabeth the time she needed to finish Zero Dawn. The weapon she built, it wasn't there, but I found out where she built it. A secret base west of here, right under Sunfall, the capital of the Shadow Karja. So, getting inside, it's Well, it's gonna take some doing. I crashed the Eclipse Focus Network. It was a close call. I nearly died. A bunch of times. I saw it, Rost. Face to face. Hades. An ancient Pharaoh Titan, or maybe something worse. When I opened the module casing, it was like I had a vision. A world being destroyed. Exterminated. I think that's what it wants, Rost. Extinction. Anyway, I heard it. Blinded it. Made it so it can't see through the Eclipse's eyes, can't talk to them over distances. So it's time. Time for me to go to Sunfall and learn about Zero Dawn. Wish me luck. Well, Sunfall beckons. Next time we talk, maybe I'll know all about Zero Dawn. Goodbye.
Alright, so we've done what we needed to do, and here we go, guys. Deep secrets of the Earth. It's time to make our way in.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the Earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
Okay.
I underestimated you. Too bad now
I wonder if that opened up anything.
Everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Okay, we just need to be careful. So I think we might...
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
There we go.
We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Okay, data point right there. Let's see what it says. Anything? Another incident. Do we want to read it? Okay, no, it's all there. Alright, so have a read through it, guys. I'm not going to read it for you. I guess not. We're not going to read it. Okay, you can see that I did do a little bit of a skip. I got some herbs and resources before we went into this part because I wanted to be ready. Upgraded a few things. Okay, so we need support 2. There's another data point. So we're going to collect all of those. If there are any that need to be read or that need to be heard, Any
Please
audio
take a
files?
seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
They'll be off a bit, I think. If there are any audio files, we'll listen to them. So let's look around. Okay, we have... There we go. This is an audio. Anything audio would be nice. Restock or else. Okay, data dumps. Ooh, there we go. Interesting how the old how the old world had all these things like wires and canisters, the things that this world has developed. Anyway. Okay, more data points,
Please proceed
soundproofing.
into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Yes, what is the purpose of the visit? It looks like I need to go that way. But we're still going to explore, see what we can find. Okay, so we're delving deeper and deeper into Zero Dawn. Okay, opening up. This place is old.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Okay, let's watch. That should be interesting.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program,
Oh?
and it will not save us.
Oh?
Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down, the entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Oh my word. Okay, so a little bit of revelation.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to
Okay.
keep looking.
Very
Find out how she did it.
So Hades was a glitch. You could call it a virus, where it self-replicated
They got
those
in,
machines.
through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Looks like we have to kill those guys.
Oh, that one didn't work.
No time for that.
That hurts. Come
Which is
on.
fine. We can do that. So Zero Dawn was not a super weapon. It was a means to repair something. And from what that guy said,
Just tell the tribe of crypto stop us now. The data points. What do they contain?
yeah, let's listen. So from what they say, it looks like, you know, it was a means to an end. He told people that it was a super weapon, but it was actually not. It was to buy time for some kind of research that was happening over here. And from what he said, these things replicated to such a rate that there was no chance of survival. Now, how can that be? Because if you really think about it, then there shouldn't be any life at all. So there's something that's not adding up, whatever it is. All I know is that we need to find out what is happening over here. Okay, so all right.
It is accurate, yes. So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced some bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now,
Okay,
get off!
so
Get off!
these monsters, these metal monsters, these war
You
machines,
get Ted Pharaoh in here!
replicate themselves using organic matter, which is what happened.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bubble serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling
So they-
Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag.
Okay, so they're not
How'd you
only
finger me?
fed off. Okay,
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Okay, so they fed off not just human matter, but organic matter as well.
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever...
Okay, so we're moving on. Okay, so they're self-replicating, which is crazy. Okay, more data, audio files.
I think there is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's
you
a
were
very
brought
good
here
question.
because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Yeah. Why are they being collected? What's the point? If they're not going to try and find a solution to this. And also, because they've been feeding off organic matter for so long, there shouldn't be any life on this planet. So, why is there life on this planet at the moment? These war machines should have eradicated everything. This planet should be barren until... and staying dormant. Even if there was... even as though as they say life would have been brought from another planet, these machines would have eradicated that life and just fed off of it. So it doesn't make sense. What is going on? Okay, so we need to be careful as we're talking, because the shadow carja, there could be more shadow carja around. Looking for more data points as well. Okay, so we're going through this way. Anything? Okay, there's some more entry points right here. Let's listen. Who are these guys?
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring Victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
What is Zero Dawn? What is the point? If it's not a weapon, why were they here researching? But even the people that were here, I mean, the researchers don't make any sense. I mean, you have artists over here, you have scientists and all of those, but
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
so it wasn't a code-breaking scheme either.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Yeah, what is up? What is the point? Okay, we do have a long way to go anyway. Okay. Yeah, so my thoughts are, guys, this is very confusing. Thought it would be a weapon, but it's not. Okay, so let's carry on. There was a dart. Okay, going through this way. Let's look around. Am I going the right way? Okay, there's our door. We've been through all the data points over here.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Alright, let's see the playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Yeah.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries.
Festus.
From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas,
is the metal
to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us,
Apollo is
our
the
world.
focus.
And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Oh crap. So Zero Dawn
destroyed, but then remade?
Gaia is an
By a
AI.
machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us.
So this so
Why
Zero
Hades, then?
Dawn.
If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the Archive of Knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
So Gaia was responsible for re-establishing life on Earth once it developed the codes, which would have taken a long time. That's incredible. But something must have gone wrong. And if I were not mistaken, Hades was part of the Gaia protocol. The Gaia AI. So what happened? Why does Hades want to kill Aloy, as she said? This is interesting. There's more to this. Clearly. Okay, what is this?
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
Elysium?
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
What?
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
That's true.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Whoa. So she decided to die. Okay.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Alert.
Security.
Medical
For your protection.
inaccessible.
Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my old man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What are you... You know... Get your hands off me!
Okay. This is crazy, guys. So these guys were put in here for the remainder of their lives. But why? Could it be that the replenishing of life, but they were being sterilized? So is it this some kind of cloning project that they decided to do? Ooh. What's that? Nice. Okay, so was it some kind of cloning project that they did? This is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so we delving deeper into the unknown over here, guys. Medical wing. Okay, so we can go up here. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any more shadow cards here. Okay, we can pick up some herbs as well. We are maxed out again. All right, let's open up. Let's see what's in here. All right. Okay, let's look around. Okay, we can't go that way. I don't see anything else.
Intruder! Get her!
Let's do this.
Whatever you do, don't die now.
Whoa! Okay.
Not gonna die. Face the Lord's judgment.
All right. Next.
Something broke. Let this bring me.
Okay, there's one more. Let's take out this guy. Whoa. Bloody shadow card here. Okay, so now we can look around over here. Okay, level up. Perfect. Alright, let's look around over here, see what we can find, and then we can get some herbs as well. Let's move back to here. Okay, so there are a few places we can visit around here. Let's look around to see if we can get more herbs. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Alright, I think we need to split this off into a two-parter, guys, because there's a lot to find out over here. And you can hear that I'm not being very talkative because there's a lot of information that we are picking up over here, which I think is very important. So we're going to move to all the different rooms over here, get as much done as we can, and then we're going to move on to the next. Okay, there's some herbs on that side, or fungus.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Okay, so they're given the option of living on or being euthanized.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes.
Okay, one more dot point, and then I think we'll end it over there.
Another historian, His fields are
Maybe.
Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Wow.
Now,
Travis
those
Tate.
lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn, and oh man, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
To be continued.